Hello, student. We will talk about the female genital tubes. In last video, we have completed this part. It means ovary. Now today we will discuss about the female genital tubes. So as you know that there are three types of the female genital tube, in which first this is fallopian tube, means oviduct. Second, uterus, and last it is vagina. So there are three duct or female genital tubes, in which first known as fallopian tube, second is known as uterus, and third is known as vagina. So as you know that fallopian tube or oviduct, it is 10 to 12 centimeter long tube, which is 10 to 12 centimeter long tube, and it is extended from peripheral region to ovary, from peripheral region of the ovary to uterus region. It is extended from peripheral region of the ovary to uterus. And you know, this fallopian tube is approx 10 to 12 centimeter long, and it have three parts. On the basis of my tips, IAI. What? IAI. It means I means infundibulum, A means ampulla, and I means isthmus. So how many part of the fallopian tube? So fallopian tube have three part, IAI. I means infundibulum, second ampulla, and isthmus. So this fallopian tube, it's suspended inside the ligament that is known as mesosalpinx. Very interesting word, mesosalpinx. It means in ligament in which it is suspended, it is known as mesosalpinx. And after that, so this part, first part, that is known as infundibulum, this is like to hand, and each of infundibulum have some finger-like structure which are internally ciliated. Actually, complete fallopian tube is internally ciliated. So these finger-like structure which are present here, these are known as fimbriae, and these are ciliated internally. In center of the infundibulum, there is a pore that is known as ostia. So after ovulation, egg which reached into coelom or body cavity, it reached into the fallopian tube through ostia. It means by the ostia it is reached inside the fallopian tube. Why? Because the cilia which are present here in fimbriae, these are beating. So due to the beating of the cilia present are hair-like structure which are present in fimbriae, ovum reach inside the fallopian tube through ostia. After that, this ovum which is reached here, it is reached into the dilated part of fallopian tube. This dilated part is known as ampulla. And you know, here egg is waiting for the fertilization at least 24 hours. It means 24 hours egg is waiting here for the fertilization. If fertilization take place, so in which region fertilization take place? In ampulla region fertilization take place. If fertilization take place, then this egg fertilized egg, it means zygote, start cleavage and moving from isthmus region, and finally it is reached into uterus region. So you know, from this region to this region, when it is moving, so approx 3 to 4 days time taken. And when it is reached, so in fundus region of uterus, here implantation take place. So total time which is taken to reach from this side, and when it embryo reached here in fundus region of the uterus for implantation. And when implantation take place, so total time is approx 1 week. It means 7 days. In 7 days, it is reached here, then implantation take place. So very interesting thing is this, that internal layer of the fallopian tube, it have cilia. It is consisted by the cuboidal epithelium, and it is ciliated. So the cilia which and this epithelium which is lined here, this epithelium secrete some nutrient material or mucus like material, and the cilia which are present here, these are beating in this side. That's why fertilized egg is moving towards the uterus. So now first tube, it means fallopian tube, is completed. Again I am going to explain it as fallopian tube. It is also known as oviduct. It is 10 to 12 centimeter long. It have three regions. First is known as IAI. It means infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. Infundibulum, it is the first region. It is approx funnel shaped, and it have some finger-like structure which are known as the fimbriae. And in center there is a pore that is known as the ostia. Inner side of the fimbriae have ciliated epithelium. That's why due to the movement of the cilia, beating of the cilia, egg which is reached here, secondary side, it is reached inside the fallopian tube through ostia. After that, it is reached into dilated part of the fallopian tube. This dilated part of the fallopian tube is known as ampulla. And here, this egg is waiting for the sperm. How long time? 24 hours. Because it have the nutrient for 24 hours. If sperm reach from this side and fertilization take place, so its activity increases, then it move in this side. Otherwise, it is death of the ovum take place. So after that, suppose that fertilization take place here. After fertilization, this egg is moving, means zygote is moving. In this side, it means in isthmus and reached into fundus. So from this region to end of the isthmus, it take approx 3 to 4 days. After that, egg is moving and reached here in first part of the fundus, and here implantation take place. So again, 3 days time is taken. So total time in which fertilized egg means zygote, or you can say embryo, reached into the uterus and start implantation. So how long time taken here? So answer will be 7 days. Now, second tube, it is uterus. So you know, it is a hollow, pear-shaped, inverted structure. It means it is completely empty structure, and it is very wide region, and it is looking like to the pear, but it is inverted structure. So it is hollow structure, pear-shaped, inverted, muscular, glandular and vascular structure. Muscular, glandular and highly vascular structure. This uterus region have three parts. First is fundus, second body, and last tubular region is known as cervix. It means uterus have three regions: fundus, body and cervix. Cervix is tubular region. So implantation take place in which region of the uterus? So answer will be fundus. After implantation, placenta is formed. So as time is increases in pregnancy period, so development of embryo take place here in body region. It means it is main part of the uterus. After that, a tubular region present here, that is known as cervix region. This cervix region have two pores. First, it is known as internal os and it is known as external os. By the internal os, it is connected with main body, and it lead in vagina region by external os. This is very important point here. Now, we are going to discuss about wall of the uterus. So, wall of the uterus consists by three layers. Outer peritoneal layer, that is known as perimetrium. Just below the perimetrium, there is a smooth muscle. So, layer of the smooth muscle is known as myometrium. And after that, here epithelium present, that is known as endometrium. The endometrial cells, due to the effect of estrogen and progestin, these are filled with nutrient. That's why they have some fold-like structure. These fold-like structures are visible here. Actually, this layer is folded and cells are filled with nutrient. So, very interesting point. Outer layer is known as perimetrium. It means it is peritoneal layer. Second, muscle layer in which smooth muscles are present, and third layer is known as endometrium. So, one point is very important here, that endometrium is a temporary layer, because in each reproductive cycle it is formed. It is proliferate and development, proliferation, development, thickness is depend upon estrogen hormone and progestin. So, this layer is formed due to effect of estrogen and progestin, but as progestin hormones, level of the progestin hormones is decreases. So, due to absence, or you can say when level of progestin hormones is decreases, then this endometrium slug out. When it slug out, then the tissue of this epithelium, shell of this epithelium, and blood capillaries are also break. That's why approx 30 to 40 ml blood also come out. So you can use this word that this endometrium is a temporary layer which is formed in each reproductive cycle due to effect of estrogen and progestin hormone. But when repairing and further thickness of the endometrium is depend upon the progestin. So when progestin and maintenance of endometrium is also depend upon progestin. But when level of the progestin, if fertilization not take place, so automatically progestin level, decreasement of the progestin level started after 21st day. So after 21st, 22nd, 3rd, 4th, 25, 26, and after 26 it is very less. That's why in 27, 28 days this layer is broken. Come out. It means this layer is broken and come out with blood. The blood which reached here in uterus region. In starting it is in liquid state. But as it reached into the uterus, it get converted into clot. But wall of the uterus secrete fibrillation. Fibrillation enzyme break the clot of blood. That's why the menstrual fluid is always in liquid state. Again, try to understand blood which come out. It is approx 30 to 40 ml. In starting, it is in liquid state, but as it reached into the uterus region, it get converted into clot. But wall of the uterus also secrete fibrillation, and this fibrillation enzyme break the clot. Hence, again, clot of the blood get converted into liquid state. So that's why blood of menstrual fluid is always in liquid. That is very interesting point. So this point is clear that endometrium is a temporary layer. After that, there is a tubular region of the uterus. This is known as cervix. And wall of the cervix also consists by 3 layers. But it's a myometrium, it means middle layer, muscle layer is very strong. It means muscles which are present in cervix region of the uterus, these are very strong. Because at the time of the birth, these muscles help in delivery of the baby. So the muscles which are present in cervix region, these are very strong. And I taught you before that cervix have two pores, outer pore, inner pore, by which it reached into body or main part of the uterus, that is known as internal os, and one pore by which it reached into, lead into vagina, that is known as external os. Now very interesting word here, that cervix and vagina make birth canal. It means cervix and last third tube, that is known as the vagina. So cervix and vagina collectively make birth canal. So now I am going to discuss about the vagina. Vagina, it is approx 8.5 centimeter long tube. Okay, and this 8.5 centimeter long tube, it is also known as copulatory tube. And this tube, that is vagina. So this tube is inner layer of vagina, means epithelium. This is consist by non-keratinoid stratified epithelium. This is very important point. This is non-keratinoid stratified epithelium. And very important point, that no any kind of the gland present in vagina region. Any kind of the glands are absent. It means glands are absent in vaginal region. It is a fibrous tube. What kind? It is musculofibrous tube. And this tube lead outside in vestibular region of external reproductive organ. You know, external reproductive organ collectively known as vulva, in which center part is known as the vestibular region. So this tube lead in vestibular region below the urethral opening. So the opening of the vagina is known as female genital pore or vaginal opening. It is partially covered by a diaphragm or membrane, that is known as hymen. So this opening of the vagina is partially covered by a membrane or diaphragm, that is known as hymen. Okay, thank you.